What's up guys, I am HUUB van der Mark from HUUB Vlogs and I met Priya on a short film festival, 48-hour short film festival in New York, and it was really interesting. It was one of my first short films, and normally you get a script and then you have like a couple days or something to practice it, and now you get like there's 48 hours for them to write the script, to actually find the locations to shoot it, and then to actually edit it. So basically the moment we got the script to practice the lines or whatever we have to say, we had like, well, maybe an hour or something. So it was one total chaos. It was super fun, and when I look back at it, the only thing I can do is laugh about it. So now I'm actually building a cabin in the woods. I'm a travel vlogger. 3.5 years I decided to kind of give up my acting career, or well, I was just starting. It was actually because I didn't get my visa in the US and I had to make a different choice. I had to either go back to my home country, continue acting, or do something else. And then my lifetime dream was to travel the world. And I found people on YouTube who traveled the world by sailing boat or by whatever means of transport, and they were actually making money making YouTube videos. And I thought, well, I studied acting and my lifetime dream was to travel, and maybe I can combine it. And then I became a YouTuber. I'm doing everything by myself. I don't have a team. Although I must say, like, I didn't know how to work with a camera, I didn't know how to edit. Well, that's not totally true. I had some editing experience, just making my own videos like long ago. The thing is, you meet people on the way who do the same thing. So I met a filmmaker and I started off living on boats, and the filmmaker and me came together on the same boat, and I actually learned a lot from seeing how he did things. And basically on the way I met different people that taught me different skills, and I watched a lot of YouTube videos how other people did it. I had some money saved up in the beginning to do it, and my idea was that when my money ran out, that I could afford continuing traveling from the money I make on YouTube. That is almost, it's not easy. YouTube doesn't pay a lot of money, but hopefully it'll get a little bit more. Well, I just try to live on the most extreme budget possible, and then try to stretch my money as long as possible. That has been my plan until now. Actually, it's not. Like in the beginning when you start traveling, it's like, oh, I'm gonna try all the foods there are, like everything you can buy, all the street food. But then at a certain moment it kind of all gets the same. It's like very fatty, greasy, a lot of added sugar, a lot of bread. And that's fun in the first year or something. But after that, I just wanted to go back to like vegetables and fruits and just make it myself. So I usually go to the grocery store, get a lot of, well, especially vegetables and pasta, and then I go to this beautiful place in the middle of nowhere, and then I cook my own food. That's an interesting question. Well, I don't know. I feel like every time it's just circumstances. Like, for example, when I started living in a van, in the beginning I always went to campings, but then I was driving a long stretch and it was dark, there was no camping, so I parked at a gas station, I slept there, and everything was fine. It was more out of necessity. I was so tired, I needed to sleep. But it was really fine to sleep at a gas station, so when I did it once, it was easy to do it 2 times or 3 times. And yeah, it kind of kept going with everything like that. Sleeping in the middle of nowhere. The first time it was scary, and then it gets easier and easier. I still take precautions, like I make the clearance from my bed in my van to the front of the seat of the car. I keep it free and I keep my car locked, so if anything would happen, I can technically jump to the front and drive away. I mean, if that's still possible at that moment, but everything is at least ready to do that. I started off living on sailing boats for 1 year, then I cycled in New Zealand from top of the country to the bottom. Then I drove a motorbike through Vietnam, Laos and Cambodia. And then I went to Central Asia, and there I bought a camper van and drove Central Asia, Iran, Pakistan, and now my camper van is in Argentina. But due to COVID I came back, and now I'm building a tiny house in Spain. And when the whole world situation is better again, I will be going back to Argentina again. Although I have to be honest, I think it might take until September 2021, but we'll see. Well, I grew up with a lot of prejudices. Like in my country, when I grew up, I had the idea that Muslims are like problem people. It was because a small group of Muslims, especially Turkish and Moroccan people, were exaggerated by the news at that time when I grew up, who made problems, and that's what gave my past image about that culture. But it was just a small group. It was not at all that it were like all of them or something. And when I traveled in different Muslim countries, I noticed how hospitable they were to me, how they always offered me food and stay and offered help and all for free. And yeah, and you know, and there's no perfect culture. I mean, my culture has its problems, their culture has their problems, but overall I think I feel safer in the Muslim countries I've slept in my car than in the European countries. So I think that says enough. Alright guys, thank you for watching.